there, thinkers. Welcome back to another episode of Critical Hit. My name is Us.
And I'm Pin. And today we're going to be discussing a rumor we heard about Kathleen Kennedy. Rumored to stay on at Lucasfilm because no one wants the job.
I don't believe it.
You know, I don't buy it. I really don't. There's so many people that are big fans of that studio and the properties and would want to make an effective change, that even in Hollywood.
Proper fans.
The only reason I could see someone not wanting that job is like they would have a really terrible boss. And the only boss for Kathleen Kennedy is Bob Iger.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to defend him a little bit because the macroeconomics are so bad and maybe he just gave too much leniency to his own CEOs to affect terrible changes. But I mean, at what point do you say, you can't defend stupid anymore? This guy's,
you really can't.
Guy's a moron. He's going to go down probably as the most terrible CEO in history. It's just going to take about 2 years here for the mainstream media to catch up. But, I mean, he's just... Even his recent comments about people getting mad at fans about them not liking or feeling racist about Snow White. So
yeah, exactly. Or if you don't like this movie, then you're the problem.
Stop blackwashing characters, and people will stop having issue with you blackwashing characters.
Yeah.
Disney's always been on the wrong side of history.
It's
always.
white. It's honestly whitewashing.
Well, blackwashing.
Is it blackwashing?
Yeah,
or white-facing.
White-facing. That's
it's white-facing.
White-facing. Terrible. Anyways, I don't want to stay on Bob Iger here. It's just, god damn it. Like, Disney has made so many mistakes, and Lucasfilm made so many mistakes. And let's get back to Kathleen Kennedy now, though, because it looks like she might stay on. At least that's the rumor. Ugh. So a new rumor claims that Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy will stay at her position despite her disastrous leadership of the studio, and God has never been
disastrous. Disastrous. Like, come on, seriously, you cannot get any worse.
Star Wars destroyed. I mean, lead character deconstructed. Indiana Jones destroyed. Lead character deconstructed. Willow destroyed. I mean, there wasn't a massive main character. I guess Mad Mardigan was, but
it was an up and coming that could have been something.
It could have been. They could have made it into something if they didn't inject their crazy ideologue into it. Anyways, the latest rumor comes from Lucasfilm latest box office endeavor, Indiana Jones. Passed at the box office 131 million domestic, 126.7 million internationally, just under 260 million with a budget of 300 million. Or at least
I don't believe it.
A reported
seriously,
budget.
I know.
Plus, it has marketing, distribution costs. Like, there's no way.
That's so conservative.
They estimate the company's going to lose 250 million. This OMB reviews, but I'm going to say that, yeah, you're right. Very conservative estimate. I think it's going to lose much more than that. And I'm happy to break down the numbers at some point. They're not that difficult to do, and I'm sure it's going to be at least 100 million more.
Yep.
But not only was Indiana Jones an epic disaster, but the company's flagship series, The Mandalorian,
Mandalorian,
now suffered as well. And season 1 and 2,
great,
with Jon Favreau, they were great.
Good.
Season 3, the Mandalorian, I've heard it phrased. God, terrible.
The one who is better than him in every way.
Yeah, I mean, he's a side character in his own show now.
That is what every main character becomes. Like, all of your characters that you grew up and knew and loved, all of my characters I grew up and knew and loved, are all being changed, are all being erased, and all being rebranded and modified.
At least they didn't deconstruct him. They just made him incompetent.
Well...
But at least they didn't deconstruct him, I guess. He's still somewhat there. He's just incredibly incompetent and a far cry from what we had in season 1 and 2.
I think it's just ridiculous.
If you haven't seen season 3 of Mandalorian, I highly suggest you don't watch it. It's a waste of your time.
It's a beta cut.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Star Wars series they have that was really good that no one watched was Andor. Was actually done.
That was really good.
Really good political intrigue.
Yeah.
Not much to do otherwise.
No.
With usual Star Wars kind of themes, but except for behind the scenes Empire. But I thought it was done really well, and no one watched it because no one cares about Star Wars anymore.
It's very true. Like, imagine if they actually did a video or like a movie area that had all those backwards type of like those back areas of Star Wars and for the political way. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Instead of just the battles with lightsabers, you can know what the diplomatic reasons they did.
Well, that's what Andor was, and I thought it was really cool actually that they were doing it, and it gave me way more like depth into the universe of Star Wars and what happened with the Empire, and I thought it was cool. Anyways, a good series that no one's ever gonna watch.
No, unfortunately.
Goes on to say that they produced Willow. We just talked about that. Got canceled after 1 season. Also got removed. It has a massive tax write-off. It says here.
I've noticed that they've been doing that a lot lately. If they get something that they don't like, they remove it and then completely wipe it off their system
for a tax break. And for instance, they spent $53 million on Crater, which actually was probably one of the better movies they put on Disney recently. It didn't get that good of reviews, but that made me even want to try it out more because people, I think, watching Disney or What's Left,
Yeah.
maybe don't share the same values as I do. But
Possibly.
But when they write it off, I don't know, what are they going to get? 5, 10, at most $15 million, and for $53 million production? What are you thinking? They're just losing money. And the Galactic Star Cruiser.
Well, that was a bad idea. Toss that one out. That's a bad idea too. Toss that one out. That will never
They
pretend that
spent $1
happened.
billion on the Galactic Star Cruiser in Disneyland, and it's already closed after just over a year.
That was so sad. I wanted to go to that.
I wanted to go to it until I found out it was based on the new trilogy, and then I was, no longer interested in going to that.
Oh.
Like I think most people likely, because it didn't actually ever turn a profit. So it goes on to say that even if you look past her mishandlings of this year, they had The Force Awakens open at $2 billion, then they had the subsequent decline of Last Jedi at 1.3, and Rise of Palpatine at just over $1 billion. So yeah, I think there was a lot of pent-up demand for The Force Awakens, and even when I saw how powerful she was in the first one, it didn't make me hate her, because I thought, you know what, there's got to be a reason for this.
I did.
Well, no, I thought maybe there's something out there. They're going to explain this in the next movie. And they're going to explain why she's so powerful.
Yeah, you thought it was a Star Wars thing. You thought everything was going to connect perfectly in like an interweb.
I thought it was going to be something related to, some kind of predestined that could have made sense. And in the end, it made no sense. And she's a Palpatine.
Because she was a woman.
So tired of, she started the Mary Sue trend, didn't she?
Oh, really did.
Perfect in every way.
Perfect.
Except for,
the first time she tries
being an interesting character.
First try.
First try, every try. Goes on to say that the High Republic Initiative, which is a comic book, had just been analyzing by Circana Bookscan, and sales are already down 90 to 95% drop. Just from the start now in 2 years. Yeah, it's just gone. There's the deconstructed, our hero Luke Skywalker deconstructed.
The old man who looks like needs the first drink of water in like years.
Oh, that wasn't water.
That's not water?
Oh, goodness. I'm glad that you don't remember that movie.
Okay.
But yeah, it goes on to say she's mismanaged everything here. And to go on even further, so Mexican Iron Mike, which was on WDW Pro's channel on YouTube, went on to talk about some of his inside sources and about how they had some heated meetings, and they're giving her 2 weeks from the release of Indiana Jones, and 2 weeks not from Wednesday, from the weekend, and they think could have some legs because it came out on a Tuesday, or July 4th, which fell on a Tuesday.
Okay, they say here that it was like a fluke, that it like came out on July 4th, but that was completely planned. 100% planned. Like, what do you do when you bring out your family on, like, a holiday? That, like, everything is open. You go see movies. You go to dinners. You go to barbecues. You go to, like, your Indiana Jones movie that's come out.
Why does Sound of Freedom do so well when it was not rated for children?
Yeah, exactly.
All I'm saying is that people will go out and see movies if movies are good and they want to go out to it. Nobody went to see Indiana Jones because they knew what it was going to be.
Yep, exactly. Woke disasterness.
Yeah, and
good job, Phoebe.
Yeah. Well, at some point, you have to realize that you've made the mistake. We've made the mistake. We can't keep telling fans they're wrong. They're our paying customers.
Absolutely not. You can't tell your fans who have been with you through thick and thin, who have given you all of their money to be able to do this to them.
They made the franchise. Yeah, the fans made the franchise what it is. If they didn't like it, then it wouldn't be a franchise.
Instead, you just spit in their faces.
Well, and Bob Iger was never a very creative person. He was more about acquiring properties, and he wanted to consolidate everything under one roof. I think when he started, Disney was only worth something like $60 billion, but by the time he was acquiring Fox, it was worth like $190 billion.
Yeah, now it's just like, you come to Disney, come to my graveyard.
Well, and it's just these properties, they keep acquiring them. I was excited when I first heard that it was all going to fall under one roof, and you'd be have cross properties between them. I thought it was going to be pretty cool, but
the multiverse.
All they did was acquire property and destroy it. Property and destroy it. It's insane. They lost their creativity. They took over Pixar.
Kills them off.
Yeah, they can't get a win nowadays, and I guarantee it's through no one's fault but their own. They have to start inward inflecting here at some point. So they've gone on to speculate that the reason they wouldn't give negative press to Harrison Ford is because he's starring in a project next year in Captain America: Brave New World.
You can't get upset with him. He's like freaking 70 years old.
Well, and
he's a dinosaur.
He's an actor. You think he's 80 actually, but he's an actor. And actors are. If you want to blame an actor, it's the theater.
Yeah.
If you want to blame a director, producer, it's the cinema. That's where you blame them. And I don't blame Harrison Ford. Like, he might have had something to do with it, but I don't blame Harrison Ford.
No, I don't blame
I blame
Harrison
Kathleen
Ford.
Kennedy. I blame James Mangold. I blame Bob Iger.
Yeah.
Stop fucking up. Start getting back on track. Stop blaming fans. Stop putting your ideology into children's movies. It's never going to work. It's going to fail. And Universal's going to come out on top.
Yes, 100%. Every single time.
I can't wait for the Link movie.
I know, that's going to be so good.
Yeah. Anyways, that's the rumor. Kathleen Kennedy staying on. God, I hope not. No one deserves to be fired
I really
more.
hope not.
If they pay her 10 cents in a year, it's too much. I know, that's not what she... But anyways, that's all I got. Do you have anything else?
No, nothing else. Just upset that she's still staying on.
If she is. It's just a rumor.
4 more years of trash.
Ooh, oh, God. Well, you know
like
what?
trash.
The company won't last another 4 years. Anyways, thanks for sticking with us to this point. And if you know what, tell us what you think about this. Do you like Lucasfilm the way it's going? Do you like Disney the way it's going?
Do you like her?
Do you like Kathleen Kennedy? I'm sure she's a fantastic
Like, if
person
you do like
to someone.
these movies, okay.
Yeah, well, let us know what you think. And, yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next video.
Absolutely. Toodles.